Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aldo's. Today we are on the Ford Model A 1928. So I'm setting the valves clearance. Okay, so this is the setup. So we have the modified this thing here now. This is supposed to be an upgrade. So you have your cam followers, these ones here, with an adjusting nut, and the nut is split. Let me see if I can get it there. See the split in the nut, and when it goes into the taper, it ties onto the thread. And you're supposed to have 3 spanners, but I'll figure out a better way. So what's happening is, with it right at the bottom, we still have no clearance. You can see the valve is basically not even touching. So what I've been doing, I've done, all these have been done now. Okay, so that's the inlets. So the inlet got to set to, can you see it? You can't see it, I can. 13 thou. And then the intakes, the exhausts, have got to go to, supposed to be 15, but we're setting 16 a little bit tight, and that'll work. Right, so now, and you can see another thing with these, the valve guides, they don't press into the engine block. You just slide them in, and that's it, in and out. And what holds them in place is the spring. When we assemble it and we put the spring in there, it'll hook it all up, and the spring pressure will keep the valve guide up. Right, so now I'm going to go and take off about 50 thou off the end. So I've got to go back to the other workshop now. So we're going to take off 50 thou. With the valve facing machine. So we hook this thing up. I've set it. You can see there, I put my marks there. I'm on 0 there. So come in, press it up against there. Tighten down the wing nut. Press it up against there. Nip it up. So now we've got that. So now we know we're on 0. So we'll fire up the machine. And I might have to put you down, see if you can see. See if we can get you to view this. So we'll take off about 2 to 3 thou. At a time. Taking off 23 thou. 25. Yeah, so far we've taken off 40 thou. 50 pounds. Clean up. And we'll chamfer it later. In the meantime, we can take that there, then we'll throw it in a bit of water to cool it down. It's quite hot, and that will also harden the end a little bit, hopefully. I don't know how hard they are. So we're going across. We've got another Land Rover LT77 gearbox for overhaul. Ford Ranger engine stripped. So we're getting there. Right, let's see if I can get this thing here. We're going to do this. Okay. So, put the valve in. This is getting tough. Let's see if we can mount this. Where can we put this? This is a problem. Right, I'll get back to you once I've solved the problem. Right. Found a better position. Right, so we have the valve guide, we have the valve, put it in. Get the valve in. This intake, it's taking, two valves are coming through one port. That's how it was. Okay, so now we're going to see there now. I've got clearance. Now, get this up. We need the thin spanner. Get in there. We will adjust a little bit at a time. There. Okay, so we're nearly there. So now I'm going to try and nip it up, because now what happens is everything starts. You need a 7/16, which we don't have anymore. Try lock that one. It should give us perfect. Right. Perfect. Right. We're back on the Model A Ford. We're now putting the cotters, upgraded cotters, set up. So basically, you've got to get that in. Get the spring in, clipped. Okay. Push the valve down. And then press. Some cotters. These are the cotters. A little bit of grease. get your act the right way around. We're going that way. Taper pointing down. And it goes. Okay. Next one in. Release. Spring. Job done. Now, I'm going to turn it. I think this one's okay. So you should be able to get that spring in. Let me just look for the coil bind. So the coil bind is that side, so that'll go to that side. Push the valve out. Get it in there with your hands. Valve back in. Okay. Right. Clipping. Right, clip. We've had to modify this thing here because it doesn't want to work. And we were trying these valve compressors. These things are all made in England, and I don't know what century. You can see there. And then this one has got all these bits there. And different engines, I suppose, different. On the Model Ts, these work nicely, but not on this Model A. Doesn't seem to work so nice. Again, that one. Stick that one in. Grease in there. Right. Now, give the engine a little bit of a turn. These piston rings are biting quite tight. That's how they're made. The rest of it is sweet. The piston rings are a bit tight, but I think it's the surface area that they have. Alright, so we're looking for the coil bind. Is there. So we want that there. Everything is upside down to a normal engine. Working backwards. It's going quite smooth. That wire there. Clipped. Cotters. Some grease to stick them in. One in. in. Glue it there. Get it in there. Right. I'll give it another turn. Get that one down. Spring. These are the springs. They came from the US. Supposed to be manufactured in the US, but I think it's just the packaging that's manufactured in the US. Because I mean, if you look at that, the way they've ground that on the ends, I suppose it is what it is. Could have been better. Fingers in, watch your fingers. Right. Quite a tough spring. Cotters. Glue. Grease, not really glue. One more to go. Turn it. Push the valve out. Spring. Okay, there. Yes. Right. Job done. Now we will recheck valve clearances. After all this is in, we'll give it a few spins and make sure that she's clicking and doing what she's supposed to. Then we'll reset the valve clearances. We'll check them. If they're okay, they're okay. because we got them very close anyway. They may need a little bit more adjustment. Okay, I'll bring you back later.